Hello, greetings and welcome. And I'm still in Khoisan, and hopefully get a few more videos done today for the Vimeo channel and for YouTube as well. The topic we're going to work on next is the law of rhythm. Now, the law of rhythm, it regulates your progress in Qigong, and for that matter regulates your progress in any skills development. And how you become sensitive to this law of rhythm, how you utilize energy and opportunity and synchronicity to advance and gain, and then to know when to back off and have a rest. And getting sensitive to your mental rhythms. How well can you concentrate? For how long can you concentrate? Your feeling rhythms, your passion, your energy, your fortitude to keep going, and your physical bodily rhythms. How far can you push your body to achieve a particular goal? So as you train these exercises, you'll find that one of the three bodies, the mental, astral, or physical, the mind, the feeling, or the physical form, is going to be stronger and weaker than the others. And as you get sensitive to this, you'll find in order to peak your growth cycle, you need to harmonize these three bodies and bring the rhythm of the mental, astral, and physical together, to synchronize or fuse the three dantians together, to bring them into alignment. So this law of rhythm is what regulates that process. And so what we're going to do now is, how do we make this functional? How do we make this practical? We'll go through a little bit of this theory on the practicality of applying the law of rhythm to your practice. So first is monitoring your ability to concentrate, your monkey mind. How one-pointed are you? If you find your mind straying and thinking about this, thinking about that, then go back to your step 1, 2, and 3 mental training exercise of Franz Barden's book. These first 3 mental training exercises will stabilize your mind, get you focused, get you concentrated, and get your mind one-pointed so that it doesn't lag behind and slow down the rest of the development. So do a self-check there. Then we go to the astral. Now the astral, we have internal and external aspects of the astral. The external is your passion. So how much do you want to master Qigong? How much do you want to master Tai Chi or whatever skill development you're working on? How much do you want to get through the initiation text and develop these skills? So we have a kind of like a measurement. You get free energy from passion, like a kid playing a video game. They're just enjoying it so much, they just play all day. And then you get energy from your willpower, where you go, no, I'm going to do this, and you just push yourself through and do it. We have this rhythm between free energy of the passion and the will. And when the passion's down, you use your will. When the will's down, your passion's riding, and you get this harmony and balance. So have a look at your astral balance and really get to know that free energy system. Now, one of the philosophies I have in life, and it may not be the best for everyone, but it's worked really well for me, is I track free energy. So I track what gives me joy, what gives me happiness, and I want to be the kid who plays a video game for 12 hours. So, and by the way, I don't play video games, but I'll get onto an exercise, I'll have so much fun with it, I'll do it sunrise to sunset. It's just fun. What else would I want to be doing other than just training? So it's free energy. But if I'm on an exercise, man, I don't like this. I go, what do I like? And I move the energy across to an exercise which gives me joy. Why would I do this? Why don't I want to just use my willpower and break through? Well, in your foundation training, that's important. When you're going through the initiation text in the beginning, yeah, you do have to apply concerted will and build your willpower. But the expressions of will that I enjoy, they are more the passion expressing the will, rather than the will having to do something it's not enjoying. And the reason is that if you increase your concentration on one thing, your concentration gets increased on every periphery aspect. Everything else in your life, you become more concentrated. You can't separate your mind's ability to concentrate from any other aspect of your life. So when we look at the initiation process, Franz Barden's book, Step 1 to 10, every mental training exercise from Step 1 to 10 affect each other. Every astral exercise from Step 1 to 10 affects each other. And every physical exercise from 1 to 10 affects each other. It's a hologram. It's all connected. It's holographic. So in one part, it's affecting every other part. So why do something which you're not achieving high success from when you can do something that gives you a lot of joy, a lot of success, and makes everything else easier? It just makes more sense. So what I've done is I've centered my practice around fun stuff. Like when I was doing Wing Chun, I loved doing Chi Sao, and it just enthralled me. I could do it for hours. So I did it for hours. I'd find training partners, I'd play Chi Sao. When I learned push hands, I enjoyed it so much I just played push hands for hours. And I use the word play, not train. Training very often has the connotation of hard work. Play has a connotation of play. So you play with the exercises, you're having fun. So for me, this is what's allowed me to keep this training in metaphysics for over 3 decades, because it's fun. I'm playing. I'm enjoying it. You can wake up in the morning, vital breathe, connect to light, connect to the exercises, open up and expand your awareness, and have fun doing that all day, and live in a reality that is overlapping between the spiritual worlds and the physical world. Now, this reality that overlaps between the worlds, it's only for a very small percentage of people, because it's very hard to maintain grounding. It's very hard to fit into society. It's difficult to communicate with people because they don't understand your perspective. When you see the life force radiating from around that plant, and then you look at it and go, wow, look at how beautiful the spirit and energy and vibrancy of the life force of that plant is, you want to share that with someone. But if that person doesn't have the same experience, they look at you and go, well, what's wrong with you? You don't fit into society. So in order to live in a reality in which the spiritual and physical worlds are overlapping, you need to create a social environment in which everybody's on the same path as you. Whereas the Buddha, your friends are the path. Okay, so back to monitoring these rhythms. So we have monitoring the strength of your mental, we have monitoring the free energy of your astral, and then we go to the physical. How far can you physically push yourself? Now, I'm not an athlete, I'm not a person who likes to run 10 miles a day or do anything like that. So it has more to do with my mind's control over the body. And so this will be, okay, I'm thirsty, I'll release my attachment to thirst before I drink. I'm hungry, I'll release my attachment to hunger before I eat. It's not saying I'm not going to eat this or I'm not going to eat that. I'll just release on it first. And my decision-making process changes because the desire falls away and the intellect cuts in and says, oh, this is healthier. And the intuition goes, oh, this is what you need. And you have this balancing act that's allowed to take place when the passion's removed. So you practice asceticism. So I like to practice minimalism, not to have too much, where I keep what I own down to a very, very energetically manageable amount, so that it doesn't generate stress and the mind's not going, oh, I've got to pay that bill, got to do this, got to do this, got to do this. Where I found it's better to keep my money in the bank or in a situation where it's self-managed, rather than me having to manage and mow the lawns and do this and do that. My mind's free. You keep a free mind that allows you to have more higher quality practice. Every time a stress from whatever it is pulls on you, you're losing time. Time you can't get back. So depending on how committed you are to your spiritual practice and your journey as a spiritual being versus a physical being, it becomes very, very important to manage time. And if you have to go out and mow the lawn, or you have to go, I've got to go run out and pay all these bills, and I've got to manage this and manage that, you've lost time. So you've got to look at, okay, how am I going to balance my spiritual life and my physical life? So I chose very early that my physical life is my spiritual life, and I won't allow too much dominance from my physical life to take time out of my spiritual. And you find a balancing act within that. Okay, so for an athletic person, you would monitor how far can I push my body, how far can I run, how fast can I run, how many chain punches per second can you do if you're a Wing Chun person, how long can you stand and sink if you're a standing Qigong person, how long and how deep can you go in your form if you're a Tai Chi person, what are my limitations of the body, and then how does that relate to my mental strength, my astral strength, my physical strength performing a particular action. And when those three come together, you'll notice that there's a synchronicity between the bodies. Now, one of the strengths you'll find is once you understand your mental, astral, and physical strengths, you can push yourself further. So let's say you're doing a standing Qigong practice and you're just relaxing to the energy and you're doing micro releases to release macro tension out of your body. You're in resonance with your life force, you're slowing it down into astral, cultivating Qi, and then you're emanating that Qi out in the waves, and you're letting the waves ripple out around you, and you're indulging, enjoying in the standing practice. And you look at, okay, my body's strong, there's no problems with the body, my structure's good, it's aligned. The energy is supporting the body and radiating through the fascia. And then all of a sudden, I feel like having this or going there. And you go, okay, that's an astral imbalance. A feeling imbalance pulls you out. So then I've got to strengthen my feeling concentration on what I'm doing so that my feelings don't pull me out. Or the little bit of monkey mind might kick in and your mind just starts daydreaming and floating. Oh, that's a mental body problem. Or you've got to strengthen the mental body. So you can look at this reactions in the physical form, reactions in the astral form, reactions in the mental form, and see which one breaks first. And then you just put a bit more energy mentally, concentrate a bit more, astrally just bring that energy, and physically align your structure, synchronize the three bodies, and stand with more strength. Now you'll find if you're having too much fun, that your relationship to the energy will become very playful. That I'll do a little bit of this, a little bit of that, I'll stretch the energy out there, I'll stretch it there, and you get playful energy control, but the center of gravity of will softens a little bit because of too much playfulness. So inside the playfulness, you'll work a rhythm from play with the energy, increase and power it up, play with it, increase and power it up, and you'll find a rhythm between these two. It's a self-guiding rhythm where you'll be able to optimize the amount of time, the amount of gain, the amount of energy that you're putting into a particular training exercise. Okay, so the law of rhythm of your mental body, the law of rhythm of your astral body, the law of rhythm of your physical body, these three rhythms synchronize to optimize skills development. And how these rhythms come together control how fast you grow, how quickly you develop a skill, and how the whole package of all the skills come together to form your final outcome, whatever that might be. So documenting and being sensitive to these rhythms is very, very important. You've got to write them down in your journal. So I've got to train more mental exercise. I've got to train more astral elements and energy and work with the Qi more. I've got to strengthen my body and my mind's mastery over the body, mastering cravings and so forth. So you're going to find that by getting a strong level of self-awareness, you can patch the gaps. You can align yourself and get a lot more gain a lot more quickly. Okay, we're getting a lot of surrounding noise, so we'll just leave this talk there, and we'll continue soon. Thank you for your attention.